about your day-to-day life and how often you are waiting. Think about that. How often are you waiting at a light, waiting for your friends to show up, waiting at the grocery store, waiting in a doctor's office? Waiting. How often are we waiting throughout our day? We waiting is such a part of our culture. Many places have waiting rooms. How many places have waiting rooms? It's very much a part of our culture. So we could be waiting for a bus. We could be waiting to get into a concert. We could be waiting in line. Waiting is a part of our day-to-day lives for a majority of us, especially in Western culture. There is a wonderful campaign out there, and I forgot who's doing it, but I definitely endorse it, and I'm going to talk about it. It's called Don't Wait, Meditate. Yes. Imagine all of that time that you spend on your day to day life waiting. And imagine all that time that you waste waiting being utilized to do simple breathing meditation. Simple breathing meditation, quieting your mind, focusing on your breath. Imagine how you could answer your friends when they say, "Oh, how many times did you meditate today?" "Oh, I meditated 3 times. I was meditating while I was waiting in line at the store, meditating while I was waiting for the bus, and meditating when I was waiting for my friend to call me." Meditation doesn't have to be a 2 hour long process. Meditation doesn't even have to be, the common thing we hear is that, we should meditate at least 20 minutes a day. Well, you can meditate at least 20 minutes a day. You may just not be able to do it all at once. You can do it 3 minutes here, 5 minutes there. It's the practice. And again, I'm not talking about the practice of meditation. I mean, practicing meditation. You practice 3 minutes here, 5 minutes there, 20 minutes there. That's great. If you can go up to an hour, that's wonderful. Good for you. But don't wait. Meditate. There's no excuse. It's very simple and it's very easy. I'd like to, we're coming up on a break, and I'd like to get started on the how-tos of all this. But actually, let me jump in. Let me start from here. The idea of breathing, and of course, that is how you'll want to meditate while you're waiting. You just want to do a simple breathing meditation. You don't want to get so out of it while you're waiting at a light or waiting in the traffic jam that you don't notice what's going on around you. The purpose of Don't Wait, Meditate is to just quiet your mind and again bringing you into the moment. Um, this idea of breathing properly, and what I mean by proper breath, I'm going to give you an example of that now, and hopefully you'll do it with me. So let's do this all together. What I'd like you to do right now is literally just calm down for a moment. Allow yourself to feel your body, be comfortable, and just be here in the moment and listen to my voice. If you can, if you're not doing something dangerous like driving or holding something sharp, what I'd like you to do is just close your eyes for a moment. And now what we're going to do is we're going to place our left hand on our belly. And by placing your left hand, while placing your left hand in your belly, what I'd like you to do is to take a deep breath in through your nose, and I want you to feel your belly, not your chest. I want you to see that left hand rise a little bit. So let's do that. Let's take a deep breath in through our nose, into our belly, gently pausing, and then exhaling. And again, let's do that again. Let's take a deep breath in through our nose. Feeling the belly, pausing, and gently exhaling. Now, just one more time. Make sure we got it. Take a deep breath in through our nose. Feel the belly, sensing the left hand rise. Pause and exhale. This is a wonderful way to alter your state of consciousness. I'm sure you notice immediately how your consciousness has changed. Your thoughts begin to slow down. Your body begins to relax. The idea of taking a deep breath in, inhaling, pausing, exhaling, and then the space between is the very fundamental aspect. It's a very loose aspect, or I should say directly. What am I saying? It's a direct aspect of the Aum. Ah, O, M, silence. When the Aum is described, it is the opening, the pausing, the closing, and then the space in between the Aum. It also represents the thought. The thought rises, the thought zeniths, gets to the apex, the thought begins to go away, and then there's a space between the thought. The breath, there's the inhale, there's the pause, there's the exhale, and then there's a space between the breaths. It's a great way to layer on imagery, the Aum, the breath, the thoughts. As I speak about quite a bit, the idea of meditation is to go to the place between the thoughts. The idea of meditation is to expand the place between the thoughts, and that does come with practice. It's not easy. If you can do it the first time, that's wonderful. But don't get frustrated, don't get aggravated if you can't expand the quiet place between the thoughts. That's not what this talk is today. Today we are going to use simple tools, and the first one being the deep inhale through the nose, filling the belly, pausing, and gently exhaling. This is not only a wonderful way to alter your state of consciousness, this is a great tool, and you hear it all the time when people are getting upset. Everyone, they say it sarcastically, take a breath, oh man, you need to take a breath, take a breath, take a deep breath. This is how you do it. This is the literal term. Take a breath. Take a breath. Take a deep breath in through your nose, filling your belly, pausing and exhaling. Like I said earlier, this is that cliche of taking a breath. Now, many times throughout the day you need to take a breath when you're getting frustrated, when you're getting angry, when you're getting anxious, when you're about to react in a negative way. This is literally the breath that is being spoken of. Taking the deep breath in through the nose, filling the belly, pausing, and gently exhaling. You will notice it immediately will change and alter your state of consciousness. Now, let's move on a little bit. I was talking earlier about don't wait, meditate. Now, taking the deep breath is a great way, as I said, to get started, to alter your state of consciousness, to get yourself out of your head and into the moment. What I'd like to do now is to teach you a very simple breath meditation. Very, very simple. When you're waiting in line, when you're waiting at the bus, when you're waiting in a traffic jam, and you're going to do a meditation that is still going to let you be aware of what's going on around you. And actually, this could be your main meditation practice at home if that's what you choose to do. It's a very simple form of Zen meditation. Now, we can go into the whole definition of Zen meditation and the benefits of that, but I would suggest, please Google Zen meditation if you would like to learn more about that. But this is a very simple form of Zen meditation, and it can be done anywhere, anytime. As I said earlier, we take the deep breath. We do that about 2 or 3 times. And by taking the deep breath, filling our belly, pausing, and exhaling, as I said, it will alter your state of consciousness. But once we've done that, we just want to allow our normal breathing rhythm to come back. And within the normal breathing rhythm, and we're going to do this together. So while you're listening to my voice, why don't you close your eyes? If you're not doing anything dangerous, please, no sharp objects or while you're in the midst of driving. But if you can, close your eyes right now. Let's take that deep breath through our nose, filling our belly, pausing, and gently exhaling. And now just go back to your normal breathing rhythm and allow yourself to breathe naturally, keeping your eyes closed. And what I'd like you to do now is I want you to count your breaths up to five. Starting now, just watch your breath. Just watching your breath with your mind. Count your breaths up to five. And I'm hoping most of you have already done this up to five now. And what you can do when you are, again, waiting, don't wait, meditate, begin to expand on this. Begin to count the breath up to 10, up to 15, up to 20. And as you get higher in number, you are going to notice that your mind is going to begin to drift off into other directions. So, if your mind does begin to drift off into other directions, just allow yourself to go to a lower number, whatever works for you. If you can only count up to five breaths quietly and still paying attention to your breath, just count to five. Let's do that again right now. Let's go ahead. Let's take that deep breath, filling our belly, pausing, and gently exhaling. And again, allowing the regular breathing rhythm to come back. And begin to count your regular breaths. One, two, three, four, five. And you can continue to do this. Again, I mean, I know I'm going to repeat myself. You can go up to 10, to 15, to 20. And guess what? You were just meditating. Simple as that. Meditation is not difficult. It's as simple as closing your eyes and counting your breaths in a regular breathing rhythm, focusing on breath. You can do this for 5 minutes a day, 10 minutes a day. You don't need to be at home with the lights off, with the candles lit, with the incense burning, and the Enya music playing in the background. Yes, that's all nice and that's all lovely. You don't need to be at a yoga studio. You don't need to be in a cave. You don't need to be at a monastery. You could be waiting in line at Kroger. Just take a deep breath, close your eyes, and count your breaths. You have meditated. How many times have we ignored our intuition, believing it to be the ego? Or how many times have you dismissed messages from, oh, spirit guides or your higher self or beings inside of a dream and just think that you're crazy and ignore it? We ask ourselves, and many people have asked me this question. I have a hard time differentiating between my ego, my higher self, my source consciousness, or spirit guides, or angels, or whatever it is that you might be communicating. Many of us lack trust.
and trusting that it is not ego, and trusting that it is our intuition, and maybe even following through when it's intuition, higher self, or spirit guide. So that seems to be pretty prevalent, especially for those of us in the going through this awakening together.